Rob and Slim Show.
Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, it's Brian.
Brian, how you doing?
What's going on,
so
Brian?
Do you have my notebook?
Pretty good. How about you?
I don't have your notebook. Your notebook
Somebody
just
does.
went missing.
You probably did, asshole.
How did it get there?
Yeah, you did after I say that. No.
Oh, my bad.
What a jerk he is, Brian. He's trying to sabotage our interview with my notebook with all my questions.
And he stole my Gacy painting, too.
Hey, we can wing it. We did last time, didn't we?
It seems like it, but I actually do prepare. Like, that's the magic of the Rob and Slim Show.
Really?
Yeah.
I just broke down the third wall for you guys. Brian, how have you been, dude? Did you rebrand your show?
Yes. In fact, it was supposed to be out yesterday, but we went ahead and added some last-minute stuff because Trump is just gold, literally.
He is, yes. I love that you said on Twitter that his color is from the rust.
The rust on the barnacles. The rest of the barnacles on that whatever boat. He is a boat, actually. He's pretty huge.
I love the
So
purplish pinkish hue of his skin.
Is he really big, or is he just wearing body armor?
I'm sure he's just wearing body.
I'm only saying this because this is...
That guy... I think Melania doesn't let him sleep in bed anymore because look at his diet, look at his size and his pallor. He must let out some really ridiculous we wouldn't even need the acid for his part.
I have heard that he'll eat Big Macs on golden plates and stuff, so I'm assuming his diet isn't perfect.
Remember Clinton though? He used to go for a jog and then stop at McDonald's.
Chris.
What were you saying, Brian?
A jog? Is that when the earth shook?
Yes, Clinton, when he used to go for a jog. Clinton.
Yeah, he'd stop.
Bill.
He makes Chris Christie go and fetch his fast food.
I don't know. Chris Christie has his own
He
gravitation.
makes Chris Christie go and fetch his fast food.
That's that what he is on the tour. He's the food fetcher.
Make sure my French fries are well done. Okay, make sure they are terrific. The best.
I feel like Chris Christie.
Can you believe this guy made it this far?
I can't, dude.
Are we gonna wake up from a fucking bad dream?
I love how the party though acts all shocked now. The Republicans are asking him to step down, but he never hid what kind of a scumbag he was. I don't get it.
I also think some of the things are a little too like the grab her by the pussy thing, whatever.
He didn't even let them do Oppo research on him.
Yeah, they do take things it's just I don't know.
You really just gotta pick or choose your scumbag.
You have to be very careful
Well,
too, though.
everything is timed. Let's not deny it.
They saved it. They definitely saved some stuff. They knew, what he was up to.
Deny it. I do agree. Everything is timed, but you know what? Even though it's timed, I definitely don't question the legitimacy.
Brian, did you have Jesse Jackson on your show?
They're like, this is real, but I'm going to wait for October.
Right.
Because on Halloween, everybody will be able to say they're a Trump victim for Halloween. No risk. Yeah, Jesse Jackson is going to be making some comments about the election.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Cool.
Not too much talk about Trump. Not too much talk about Trump. I was really surprised.
Wow. Yeah, I would think.
No, you don't have to far to look or talk about Trump. Just on MSNC.
How did you get him, and how was it talking to him?
To be honest with you, I think when I was actually on the phone with him, I was so in awe of the fact I was on the phone with him that I didn't completely react to some of the powerful things that he was saying. And when I played that conversation later, how did I not react to that? He must think I wasn't paying attention.
Is there a
He was
wireless?
saying some really powerful things. And he talked a little bit about Black Lives Matter. He talked about President Obama's legacy. He talked about the trust issues that Hillary has with millennials and black voters. But, you know, I mean, that's changed just in the last 3 weeks. I talked to him earlier this month.
Wow.
So,
okay.
I mean, it's not even relevant. She's really made a lot of headway, and Donald Trump has helped her out just by being Donald Trump. He hasn't even had to do anything. He's just had to be himself to push people over to the modern-day female Richard Nixon.
Oh, man.
What's crazy about it is that there is this guy who has predicted like all the elections, and he was like, "Oh, Trump is gonna win." So if Trump doesn't win, this is gonna be the first time that this guy is wrong.
Yeah.
Since like '85.
No, listen, I will tell you exactly, and this is completely serious. You know, I don't know how I can make a joke out of it. Maybe I can on a whim, but in 33 states right now, 33 Republican-controlled states, there are voter ID laws in place that are designed to target with specificity, you know, black and minority votes. So basically by eliminating Sunday voting, which is traditional in Southern and, you know, lots of states throughout the Midwest, the Bible Belt, the Rust Belt, the South, would be sold to the polls. You'd have lots of predominantly black churches getting on buses, going to the polls to vote. A lot of these states have eliminated Sunday vote. They've eliminated mail-in ballots. They've eliminated early voting. They've closed massive amounts of polling stations. And what this does is this affects blacks and minorities, and it suppresses the Democratic vote and makes the minority vote, which is the Republican vote, the majority.
Wow.
And so this
Why
has
does
been
it do
going
that?
on since the Voting Rights Act. You know, it's designed because when they saw in Philadelphia that in 2012 Senate and presidential elections, you had a 97% Democratic vote. So they thought that was rigged because 97% is the typical number that a lot of your dictatorship countries, you know, a lot of countries like Russia, Vladimir Putin and guys like that win by these 97% versus 3% ratios. So they thought there was just no way that predominantly black communities could come out and vote in 97%. So they thought that it was stolen, and immediately after started passing legislature to make it more difficult for, you know, particular groups of people to vote. But the backfire is that it doesn't just affect blacks and minorities. It affects also whites who are suffering the same socioeconomic distresses that blacks and minorities have been suffering for decades. So it ends up some people have to drive 200 miles to vote and wait 4 and 5 hours in line in the sun or in the rain.
I would never.
You know, to be able to cast their ballots. So it's really a serious threat to our democracy. And I think the difference within plain English is that we look at that through a humorous lens. I'm very inspired and moved by how John Oliver looks at things. And,
I loved his
I don't know
his
if you've ever
original
watched him or seen him, but
his original clip
it's
on
just-
Trump.
I think there's an opportunity here to let people know what's going on and have fun in the process.
Yes, he is. He's great, John Oliver.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's awesome, and he educates us in the same token.
Yes.
Yeah, and in an age where we don't have Jon Stewart, but we have Stephen Colbert, but we don't have Stephen Colbert.
I know. What is that?
You know, don't get me wrong, because I love Stephen Colbert's Late Show. I think it's a step up from David Letterman's in some respects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dave, let's face it, Dave kind of phoned it in. He was tired of doing it. He was just collecting a $30 million a year salary.
He was done. Who is this man?
He's like, I'll
It's
retire.
that guy that looks like Palpatine.
The yogurt guy. Oh,
this
no,
is,
I thought this was
Oh,
the
yeah, that
yogurt
is the
guy.
yogurt guy.
Yes.
Is the
Oh, that's
yogurt guy.
Schumer? Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, it's Schumer. It's a Chuck
Could you
Schumer.
just imagine, though, the daily just routine of
Wait.
Brian, you there?
There.
hello?
Brian,
Hey,
how's it going?
are we We're whole. Okay, great. Sorry
Nice.
about that. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either, dude. That's really weird. Like I said, though, the last guest we talked to was actually through a Skype. Through Skype, and sometimes when you use a phone number after that, it'll act all stupid. So it could have been that.
Computers, technology, they'll eventually murder us all.
Yeah. Are you ready for Halloween? Do you have any plans for that, Bri?
You know, I've been invited to a couple of parties, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I don't know who I'm going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be. You know, the interesting thing about me as a black man, as my particular black power, can have me pass effectively for a overly cooked Donald Trump.
That would be great to see, dude.
You know, and I could go out there and I could say, hey, look, I just love the blacks. I am one. You just didn't know it because I put all kinds of crap on that.
That's,
right.
You know, that might be
Let's
it.
make America great again.
Does anything besides him being president scare you?
No, really. I feel I would be better prepared for a zombie apocalypse. At least I would stand a chance because walkers aren't racist. They're just idiots. Look, the typical average, not all, because there are some, and I can't believe I'm hearing myself say this, but there are some educated Donald Trump supporters out there who look at his proposed, quote unquote, proposed business, proposals to make things easier for small business owners in the United States, which, if he actually were able to do them, would be fantastic for them. But that's nothing to speak of the other disasters that would happen in the country. And I got to tell you, your corner store is not going to do well if everything around you is in flames. So
that's a good point.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's just the thing is I feel like really, if you're able to look at it from the perspective of those supporters, you know, I can see they're thinking of their business. They want to be able to thrive. But the typical average supporter is just populist. It's like, yeah, build that wall, Trump that bitch. You know, all these stupid sayings that have popped up on hats and T-shirts, and I mean these people have the sophistication of Bender the robot from Futurama if he were built by the same engineers who built the Ford Pinto.
Dude, his hat looks so cheesy. Every time I see him wearing his hat, I laugh because it just looks like it was made in China.
It's one of those like trucker hats.
It is. It's such a crappy looking hat.
Well, so I got a question for you though. But like our intern, the Lamborghini here, he's voting for Trump because he thinks Hillary is just the devil.
I think she is like. I just don't like the fact that she's poking the bear, man. She's
Russia,
like fucking with Russia. Yeah. Putin's don't get me wrong, Putin's no angel, but I just don't think that we should be starting.
But with that chest, he could have wings.
I just don't. I don't know. I just think, and she's so corrupt too. I just the whole Benghazi thing gets me about her. I don't know. I just think that anyone else but her. Before I vote for her, I really would.
Hey, you may have to.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah.
You know what? To be honest with you, I believe that Satan has his hand in both campaigns. I think he's controlling things because Jesus has gone to the Caribbean for the winter.
Yeah. So it's just a win-win for Satan.
So,
Satan for president.
So
I saw.
You might as well as vote for Satan. Like
one of my friends on Facebook, I posted how preachers are trying to get behind Trump, saying, "Yeah, God can even place bad people in office." So yeah, God's gonna don't
that's just
bring
gonna,
God into this.
Yeah, don't ever. Yeah,
I mean,
I hate that.
Okay, let's argue for a minute that Trump had fitness for the presidency somewhere remotely in the 90 percentile, which we all know that he doesn't. And it's safe to say that many of the people who vote for him because they oppose Hillary so grotesquely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's safe saying that. And, you know, I think many, and I can speak for myself personally in saying that I'm in the group of people that vote for Hillary that oppose Trump. you know, but because there's really no excitement about either of these candidates. I mean, I would say that he has a greater excitement because of the fact that he's an entertainer and he represents something different, something that's other than the norm, for whereas she's the same thing we've had for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years, only in a female body.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely, well, it's like
so
said earlier, she's the female Democratic version of Nixon.
She is very much, she is, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard the political terminology, tricky dicky, but she epitomizes tricky dicky. Now, I got to tell you, I have to tell you, though, I rather enjoyed the third debate because it was the first time I ever saw him get bullied.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw a few minutes of the second one.
She really like schoolyard bullied him.
Wow.
And it was pretty amazing because, you know, normally he's bullying everybody else.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate him, I got to tell you, during those Republican candidates, I enjoyed watching him Raggedy Ann all of those motherfuckers. You know, I mean, he basically...
I loved what he did to Jeb. I loved his shit with Jeb Bush. Oh, my God. That was amazing.
I'm thinking, can you just imagine Jeb in therapy right now?
Well, it was
Jeb is in therapy.
What about Cruz? Oh my God!
It's either gonna be...
Oh my God! Well, Ted Cruz is not in therapy. Ted Cruz is actually in league with Satan himself.
He is. He was a Zodiac killer.
Matter who
he was.
Yeah.
No matter who wins or loses, Ted Cruz still wins.
Ted Cruz. Dude, you know what he looks like? Ever seen that old show, The Munsters, the grandpa?
Yeah.
He looks like Grandpa Munster.
He looks like Al Lewis.
Yeah. He seriously looks like that guy.
Oh, my God. And just about every other 1950s detective cop on... you know, on a TV show or movie, because you know they talk in this manner where their upper lip don't move and only their bottom lip does. See?
Yeah, you see.
Only the facts, ma'am. That's exactly what he looks like, and he has that same, you know, doo-wop hairdo. You know, like he would be with Donald Trump if he had a racist quartet called the Donald Trump and the Racist Comb-Over Quartet.
He's Ted Cruz. Like, there's something about him that just creeps me out.
Wasn't he Canadian?
There's just something not right about him.
Wasn't he Canadian in the first place? Like, that's where you go
That's
wrong.
the problem.
I really thought you had to be American to be president.
To your point, though, Stephen King said during the primary, Stephen King went on the record and said that Ted Cruz was the creepiest presidential candidate he'd ever seen.
Wow.
Ted Cruz creeps him out.
Dude,
that's like an honor.
King.
Dude, he has pointed ears, dude. Like, look at his fucking ears. They come to a point. It's like Nosferatu or something like that.
I think you know what I think happened? I think Gollum made it with a shapeshifter, and that's Ted Cruz.
Oh man.
Okay? That's what I think happened. That's just I'm going on the record right now, let it be known. This day, October 26th, after I've had a significant number of vodka shots with friends, that Gollum and a shapeshifter from the Great Lake on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, God, yeah.
All right. Just so that we make it clear what a shapeshifter is here. All right, for you non-Star Trekian people who are not connected to the vibes of the Earth.
The Dominion.
Or people who don't smoke pot.
I am both of those, so I guess.
Yeah, we gotta count some out.
He's got like an army of Jem Hadar ready for when he becomes president.
I don't.
Brian, speaking of Star Trek, did you see our interview? Did you hear our interview with Stephen Manley?
You know what? I think I got the link, but I still haven't took a look at it. But Stephen Manning, if I remember, didn't he appear in the Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
Yes, in the third one, he was young Spock. He was a really good interview.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to have to check that out. I space out a lot on social media.
I
get on there and I insult Trump, and then I go back into hibernation.
I do the same thing. People send me stuff. I'm like, I don't have time.
Who do you like to insult? Who do you like to clown on? I'm going to start clowning on Justin Bieber again.
Oh, yeah. I feel that that's gone away with the election. I think we need to bring that back.
Yeah, he's
we
definitely...
do. Because, listen, we need to think ahead.
We love...
The presidential candidates are thinking ahead about the country. We need to think ahead about who we're going to crap on. We're crapping on Trump and Clinton right now.
We've been distracted by Corey Feldman lately. Have you seen any of his?
Oh, yeah, Corey.
That's just a funny name now. When I hear it, I laugh.
He's such a beast.
He is fucking funny.
A very talented man.
So what's the intel on Corey?
He made this shitty album. He's been doing these shitty performances on the Today Show. And you got to see some of his dance moves.
Oh, he thinks he's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He was talking about, because the first one he did, he was doing all these ridiculous dance moves, and he got torn apart for it. And then, what is it? Has it been 3 weeks? 3 weeks later, he goes on the stage show again, and this time he toned down the dance moves.
It looked like
a stiff,
I'm not gonna get made
his
fun
dance
of this
moves.
They literally looked like a stiff, arthritic 60-year-old man trying to pull
almost
off
with
Michael Jackson.
A little epilepsy in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Man,
it was fucking incredible, man.
Scream any louder? What audience it's trying to get?
Dude, they gotta be. It's gotta be a gag with them. They gotta be like, look what we can make this dummy do this week. It's gotta be.
Well, hey, I mean, we couldn't give Matt Lauer another colonoscopy on live television. So
why not?
Corey Feldman out of somebody's mothball.
He would have fell apart if you did. Too many colonoscopies.
Yeah.
Gotta give him a colonic.
So did you hear about what the gender fluid pop sensation Justin Bieber has done lately?
No, do tell.
I didn't even know it was in the news.
Yeah, apparently he whined. This is something I addressed briefly in my monologue of the show. He got pissed off with his audience at a concert because they kept making noise and they wouldn't let him talk. He started whining. He said, "Sometimes I do feel like people don't hear me."
Oh, God. He pulled an Axl Rose.
And he stormed off the stage. He stormed off the stage like Marsha Brady.
Dude, that's
great.
Way to make yourself hated more than you already
right?
are.
At least when Axl Rose would do that, he'd make this big fucking scene and he'd just start fights with people in the audience, and then he would just leave.
That's the cool way to do it. Though.
Right?
That's why you can't be like, that guy's a pussy. You're like, that guy's pissed, but Justin Bieber is like, all right, he's a fucking pussy.
Well, that's why I said he was gender fluid. He's not quite sure where he wants to be.
Right.
No, he's not. Brian, we have to wrap this up, dude, but where can everybody find you and your new show?
So in plain English, we will have the link up very shortly within the next few hours on my Twitter, which is I am Bryan Cain, BryanCain, at Twitter, and that should be up in the next few hours. So follow me, and as soon as it is ready, we will have it up and ready for people, and it should be on iTunes by the end of the week.
Awesome, dude. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Hey, and you'll have to drop by the show as well.
Yes, we do need to make an appearance.
All right. Have a good one, folks.
You too, brother.
Take care, Brian. All right, guys, we are going on a break, and we will be back.